Okay, we're going to be picking up on page 332 with the second part of the Chapter 10 lecture. We are on to indenting a paragraph. We have just finished up a numbered and bulleted list. Okay? Alright, so Word offers a number of options for indenting a paragraph. You can shift the left edge of an entire paragraph to the right, increasing the left indent, or shift the right edge to the left, increasing the right indent. You can also create specialized indents. A first line indent shifts the first line of a paragraph from the left margin, and a hanging indent shifts all the lines of a paragraph from the left margin except the first line. Alright, so to create indents, you can drag the indent markers on the ruler. The marker on the left end of the ruler contains three parts: the first line indent marker, the hanging indent marker, and the left indent marker. When the three parts are aligned, the marker looks like the little symbol there on page 332. The right indent marker is the only marker on the right end of the ruler. So here on your ruler, right here, is all of your markers. Okay? That would be your first line indent. This would be your hanging, and the bottom one there is your left indent. And then way over here you have your right indent. Okay, so to quickly indent an entire paragraph 1/2 inch, you can also use the increase indent button in the paragraph group. Okay, paragraph group. Right here's your increase and decrease indent. Right here, increase and decrease indent. Okay? To move an indented paragraph back to the left 1/2 inch, click the decrease indent button. Okay? So we're going to work on changing some paragraph indents. We want to be in our resume document. Make sure this document's saved. We're going to go back to our resume. Under the internship line, click anywhere in the paragraph that begins assisted the marketing manager. On the horizontal ruler, point to the left indent marker. Right here is your symbol showing that all your indentions are aligned. Okay, we're going to point to our left indent marker, which is a rectangle at the bottom of the marker at the left margin on the horizontal ruler. We're going to use the screen tip to make sure you're pointing to the correct marker, left indent. While still pointing to the left indent marker, press and hold the mouse button. A dotted vertical line will appear. Drag the left indent marker right to the 0.5 inch mark. That's the whole thing. Control Z. Okay, it's taking the whole thing. Okay. I only want the one marker, and it's bringing them all. Let's see. Okay. Bring it to the 0.5 inch marker. Release the mouse button. All three sections of the marker move when you drag the left indent marker. The entire paragraph containing the insertion point indents from the left 1/2 inch. Below the sales manager line, which is the first line below the bulleted list under internship, select the paragraph that begins manage staff of 5 cashiers. On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the Increase Indent button. The selected paragraph is indented 1/2 inch. Under the internship line, select the 4 items in the bulleted list. On the ruler, notice that the first line indent marker is at the 0.25 inch mark, and the hanging indent marker is at the 0.5 inch mark. Paragraphs in bulleted list are formatted with a hanging indent. The first line of each of the selected paragraphs is indented 1/4 inch, and for the item that is longer than one line, the second line is indented 1/2 inch. In the paragraph group, click the Increase Indent button. Because the selected paragraphs are a selected list, they are indented 1/4 inch from their original position instead of 1/2 inch. Now the bullet symbols are aligned with the indented paragraph above the list. Okay? Scroll down and indent the line that begins Staffed Cell Register, 1/2 inch from the left margin. Okay, and then save your changes. Alright, we're going to add a paragraph border. You can add borders around paragraphs, or you can add only part of a border, for example a bottom border, that appears below the last line of text in a paragraph. You can select different colors and line weights for the border as well, making the border more or less prominent as needed. To add a border, you click the Borders button arrow to open a menu of border options. If you click one of the options in the menu, you add a border using the default style, color, and width, which is a solid 1/2 inch black line. Or you can open the Border and Shading dialog box and use the Commands on the Borders tab to create custom borders. Note that you must click the Custom Border in the setting list to apply a custom border. Otherwise, the border will be applied to all 4 sides of the selected text or paragraph. Okay, so scroll so you can see the top of the page. Select the qualification and education paragraphs, including the paragraph marks. On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the Border button. Alright, a menu of options opens. On the Borders menu, click Top Border. The menu closes and a solid line 1/2 point wide black border appears above the selected paragraphs. The Borders button now shows the top border option being selected right here. In the paragraph group, click the Border button arrow and then select Borders and Shading. Okay, the dialog box opens with the Borders tab selected. Custom is selected in the setting list. Because the border is not applied to all 4 sides of the paragraph. The preview section shows the current settings. In the style list, click the down scroll arrow 4 times and then click the line style that shows a thick line above a thin line. Click the color arrow and the same color palette you used when you changed the font color appears. We're going to choose the blue-gray text 2 that we chose for the others. For the text, we're going to click the width arrow and click 1.5. Do not close the dialog box yet. You still need to apply the selected border style. In the preview section, click the top of the paragraph. Okay, so that's selected. The solid black border is replaced with the double line blue border. Okay. Below the preview section, the Apply To box contains paragraph, indicating that the border will be applied to the entire paragraph, not just selected text. Click OK. The dialog box closes and the borders above qualification and education headings change to the 1.5 point dark blue border you selected. So now we're going to talk about adding paragraph shading. You can add shading as background color to paragraphs. You can use shading in conjunction with a border for a more defined effect. At the top of the document, select Michael Cabeas and the paragraph mark. On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the Shading button. And the color palette appears. In the first row of the variants under the theme colors, click the blue-gray text to lighter 80%. Right here. Okay, the color palette closes and the light blue shading is applied across the width of the page to the paragraph containing Michael's name. Compare your screen to the picture there on 335 at the top of the page. Alright, save at this point. If you're working with a document that contains a lot of formatting, it can be easier to copy the formatting rather than trying to recreate it in different blocks of text. Likewise, if you're pasting text that is formatted differently from the text in the location where you're passing it, you can control whether the formatting is pasted. Alright, Format Painter is a tool that allows you to copy formatting from one location to another, such as from one paragraph to the text in another paragraph. You can use the Format Painter to apply the copy formatting once or over and over again until you toggle it off. So we're going to select the qualifications paragraph. We're going on the Home tab in the Clipboard group, we're going to click the Format Painter, which is your paintbrush, and then we're going to move the pointer on top of the text in the document. Okay, you'll see a brush with a bar beside of it. Okay. Below the Education heading and above the Internship line, position the pointer to the left of the paragraph containing experience so that it changes to that arrow, and then click. Alright, the font and paragraph formatting applied to qualifications paragraph is copied to experience. The Format Painter button toggles off and the pointer returns to its usual shape. Copy the formatting applied to the experience paragraph to the activities paragraph, which is 3 lines from the end of the document. Okay, so we want to take this, select text, and we want to copy it down yet again. Okay. Scroll up and then under Experience heading, select the paragraph beginning with Internship. Including the paragraph mark. In the Clipboard group, double-click the Format Painter. Below the bulleted list, drag all the way across the line beginning with Sales Manager. The format from the internship line is copied to this line. Okay, Control Z. Control Z. Okay, it didn't copy it correctly. Alright, so it's toggled off now. Let me select this line again. Double click my painter. I wonder, why isn't that copying like it's supposed to? It should be copying the tab and everything. Okay, it's not working correctly. Alright, the format from the internship line is copied to that line. Notice on the ruler that the custom right tab stop you set was copied as well. Okay, that's not working. It's not copying. Let me try copying this one here, and then try copying the second part of it. Well, it's still not working. Okay, I'm not sure why it won't copy that setting. Okay, it's supposed to bold it, but it's not putting my tab stop in there. So let's do this, and we'll go back and put the tab stops in. Okay. We want to do the same with sales, the line for sales clerk. Okay. Format Painter stayed on and was used twice because you double clicked it. That was the point of that. And then you click Format Painter again to turn it off. Here we're going to have to put our tab stop in ourselves. Because they didn't add them. Okay. So now it should look something like this. Not sure why it wouldn't copy the tab stop, but it didn't. In the lines beginning with Sales Manager and Sales Clerk, delete the space. Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't supposed to copy the tab. Delete your spaces between the titles and put it in. I thought it was supposed to copy the tab stops, but evidently not. Okay, so use Format Painter to copy the formatting of the bulleted list under Internship to the 3 paragraphs under Sales Manager. So here we want to use this, and we want to use Format Painter. And then under Sales Manager, we want to take here and copy that to here. Alright? So it copied that formatting, and when you want to use format painting to copy the formatting of the bulleted list under qualifications to the activities. So under qualifications, I'm going to use Format Painter, And we're going to go down to activities. And we're going to change that way. Okay. So let's save it at this point and see what we've got. Everything's coming together well, all nicely formatted and cleaned up. So using our paste options. When you paste text or objects in Office programs, you can click the paste button arrow instead of the paste button in the clipboard group on the Home tab to display a menu of options for pasting the contents of the clipboard. The buttons on the menu change depending on what you're pasting. The buttons that you will use most often are Keep Source Formatting and Keep Text Only. The Source Formatting button pastes the contents of the clipboard in the new location but retains formatting from the copied or original location. The Keep Text Only button pastes the contents of the clipboard using the formatting of the surrounding text in the new location. Another button that commonly appears is the Merge Formatting button, which combines the formatting from the original location with the formatting of the new location. When other buttons are available, they will have similar descriptive names that appear in a screen tip when you point to them. Okay, so let's do some of these pasting options. So at the top of the document, select Michael Coveas. And the paragraph mark at the end of the line. On the Home tab in the clipboard group, click the Copy button. Switch to your cover letter. At the bottom of the letter, click after the comma, after the word sincerely. And then press the Enter key 3 times. In the clipboard group, click the Paste button arrow. The menu of paste options appears. On the menu, point to the Keep Source Formatting button. Okay, that gives you a preview or a live preview of what it would look like if you added it to the document that way. Point to the Merge Formatting, and again, you will get the live preview changes to pasted text so it merges the formatting between the resume and the letter. And then if you go to Keep Text Only, it will show you what it will look like if you only keep the text and use the surrounding formatting of your cover letter. We're going to click the Keep Text Only. The menu closes and the text is pasted as plain unformatted text. The Paste option button appears there beside your text. You could use it to change your formatting again. Okay. But we're going to keep text only, so we just want to click off of that. Save at this point. Alright, checking spelling and grammar. Before you print or send a document, you should always perform a final check of the spelling using the Spelling and Grammar Checker. This is commonly called using the spell checker or spell checking. The spell checker continually checks your document against the Office built-in dictionary. If it finds a word that doesn't match the correct spelling in the dictionary and was not fixed by autocorrect, or if a word such as a last name is not in the dictionary, a red wavy line appears beneath it. Alright, a red wavy line underneath also appears if the same word appears twice in a row. The context in which words are used can also be checked, so words that are spelled correctly but out of context will be marked with a blue wavy line. For example, to and till, TWO and TOO. They will be checked for context to see if it's spelled correctly for the context it's being used. Of course, a computer program can't be 100% correct in determining the correct context, so Word doesn't catch every instance of this type of error. Finally, Word also checks the grammar in a document and flags potential grammatical errors with a blue wavy line. Sometimes grammatical errors are not flagged no matter what is selected in the grammar settings dialog box. To ensure an error-free document, you should always read your document carefully even after using spelling and grammar checking tools. Alright, so let's do this. In our cover letter, click the File tab. In the navigation bar, click Options. In the navigation pane, click Proofing. Alright. Near the bottom of the dialog box, under When Correcting Spelling and Grammar in Word, click the following checkboxes if necessary. Check spelling as you type. Mark grammar errors as you type. Frequently confuse words, and check grammar with spelling. Alright, so make sure those are selected. Alright, make sure grammar only appears in the box next to writing style. Right here. Then click Settings. Okay, the Settings box will open. Scroll so that you can see all the options under Grammar. Click the Subject-Verb Agreement checkbox. To select it if it's not already, and then compare your screen with 10-30 on page 339. And select or unselect any checkboxes as needed to match the dialog boxes. Alright, and then click OK, and then click OK again. Alright. There are 3 ways to correct misspelled words. You can correct words individually by right-clicking Flag Words and then using Options on the shortcut menu. You can check the entire document by opening the Spelling Task pane, or you can simply delete the misspelled word and retype it. Alright, checking flag words individually. You can right-click a flagged word with a colored wavy underline to open a shortcut menu containing suggestions for alternative spellings or corrections for grammatical errors. So, in the body of the letter, in the first paragraph, in the last sentence, right-click the flag spelling error analysis. Right here. Right-click it. A shortcut menu opens. On the shortcut menu, click the first spelling there. The spelling of the word is corrected and the red wavy line is removed. In the second paragraph, in the first sentence, right-click the flagged grammar error assists. Only one word appears at the top of the shortcut menu as a suggested replacement, and this is incorrect. Click a blank area of the window to close the shortcut menu without selecting anything. Click after the word assist, press the backspace key, and then type ED. The word is changed to assisted and the blue wavy line is removed. Alright, checking spelling and grammar in the entire document. We want to go Control Home, which takes us to the top of our document. On the ribbon, click the Review tab. In the Proofing group, click the Spelling and Grammar button. First flag word in the document is MRKT as highlighted. The Spelling Task pane opens with the correct spelling selected in the list in the task pane. In the task pane, click Change. The highlighted word is replaced with the word selected in the task pane, and the next flag word is highlighted. In this case, the word the appears twice in a row. No suggested alternative spellings appear in the suggested box because the only choice here is to delete the repeated word or leave it as is. In the task pane, click Delete. The repeated word is deleted and the next flag word for is highlighted. This is a misused word, so the task pane changes to the grammar task pane. The list of synonyms at the bottom includes synonyms for both the misused word and for the selected correction. Click Change. The word is corrected in the document and the next flagged error is highlighted, which is this is the sentence that begins with "I looks." This is a grammar error. An explanation of the grammatical problem appears at the bottom of the task pane. In this case, it describes subject-verb agreement. In the spelling and grammar dialog box, click Change. The flagged word is corrected and the next flagged word is highlighted. This is a surname, so it should not be changed. Click Ignore All. The word is not changed anywhere it appears in the document. This is the last flagged word in the document, so the spelling grammar dialog box closes. And another dialog box opens telling you that the grammar and spelling check is complete. Just click OK. Alright. To be sure the document is ready to print and to avoid wasting paper and time, you should first preview it on the print screen in the Backstage view to make sure it will appear as you want it to when you print it. Okay, so proof the cover letter document one last time and correct any remaining errors. So let's do a Control-S and save it. In the inside address, I want you to replace Maureen Callahan with your name. Okay. We want to save the cover letter. On the ribbon, click the File tab. Go to Print. And here you see a print preview. Okay, you can increase it and pull it up closer. You can adjust it. Review your document. If you have more than one page, you can flip through the pages of your document. Here you have all of your settings, how you want to set up your print. I don't want you to actually print. I just want you to see how you would go about setting everything up to print. Alright, so if you had it all set up, you would select your number of copies and then hit print. Like I said, I don't want you to print. I want to make sure you have it saved. I want you to come back out of this to here. I want to make sure this is saved. I want you to save your cover letter. I want you to go back to your resume, hit Control Home on it, and I want you to make sure you've got it saved as well. This concludes the lecture on Chapter 10. If you guys have any questions, let me know. The 3 documents that you created during this lecture, you will send to me on an assignment link. Okay? So if you have any questions, any problems working through this, if you can't follow it step by step, if you have problems or if you have questions, let me know because you will turn this in for a grade.